with the rise of fuel. Now, in Kenya, we understand majority of our businesses fall under the SME category. The question is, how have this business been surviving over the past 1 year amidst COVID-19? Right now, I'm joined by Wanjiru Kariuki, who is the CEO, founder and lead cake artist at Taji Cakes. Thank you very much for joining us. So you are in the hospitality industry. Briefly, break it down for us. How did this pandemic impact your business?
Thank you very much, Noah. Since the pandemic started last year, of course, business went down because now people are not able to eat as much cake, and people are not able to, come together in gatherings. The numbers for wedding cakes, for wedding events, numbers went down. So whereas we would have done, say, a wedding cake for, say, 1,000 people, 500 people, now we started doing smaller, fewer, smaller cakes, and that, that translates down to the kind of revenue that we get. People taking like a 1 kg birthday cake because it's just the nuclear family going to celebrate. That really affected our cash flows. So we've just been trying to figure out ways to, make ends meet and to just stay afloat in business. So it's been a rough year, but we've learned so many lessons. We've reinvented ourselves. We have learned new ways of doing business in our new normal, as I call it. This is the new normal.
Definitely,
yeah.
And you say that you had to rethink how you do business.
Yes.
To stay afloat. So your numbers are dwindling. You're not selling as much. You've said the cash flow issues. This definitely impacts other aspects, the cost of running the business. How do you turn this ship around?
So now, of course, having income that's going down and expenses that are almost constant, because your workers, you have to pay them and hopefully not, lay them off or reduce their salary. Your running costs pretty much remain almost the same. So for us as a business, what we had to do is look for innovative and just efficient ways of running the business. One, in terms of minimizing wastage. Like in a bakery, you could have a lot of wastage here and there. Either someone didn't, wasn't careful while handling the eggs, so they broke, or they weren't careful measuring the flour or the sugar or whatever it is. So we had to look through our business processes just to reduce wastage in our production system. And that, helped a great deal. Another thing we did was changing the way we even market. Now, people are not able to come to our bakery, but they still want cake. So we've had to increase our presence online, like on Facebook, on Instagram, so that we're able to be where our customers are, because they're not able to come to us. And that has helped to, put things in line here.
Yeah, and we've seen that massive shift into the online space, and people finding, the flexibility of using online-based resources to fulfill their day-to-day needs. Looking at that and, the support, external support, because you can do, only as much as you can as the business owner. But there are external factors. Of course, COVID was one of them. But how we responded to COVID as a country, do you think, small businesses and SMEs were at the center of the mindset in regards to cushioning them amidst this COVID-19?
I would want to say maybe not, because some of these containment measures we've been having, they were not keen on focusing on the small business owner who has to wake up every day, go to work to make money for that day. So when we say people cannot move around, or when we say people cannot be out past a specific time, it impacts to the lowest person. Like in my business, for example, people are locked out of, a certain region, so they can't come to work. So if that person can't come to work, how do we expect them to, earn a livelihood? And that happens to so many other people. So I feel that in as much as, the government is doing a good job trying to, put in measures, I think we also need to engage the people who are directly affected by these decisions. Let us know how does a business run? What is the life cycle of this business? From morning to evening, what happens? If we put in this measure, what does it affect? As in, what's the ripple effect of whatever decisions that, or whatever measures that we put in place? I feel that if we engage more, I think we'll be able to come up with a better solution that's workable for small businesses.
And talking of small businesses, we understand the issue of capital.
Yeah.
It's a huge discussion regards to SMEs getting credit in Kenya. And looking at the rates at which banks are lending towards SMEs vis-a-vis banks investing into government, because government also is putting out bonds out there. As a person who runs a small business, and even in the community of the hospitality sector, have you guys discussed the issue of access to credit? How hard is it?
I must tell you, it's very hard, because today I will walk into a bank and they will not touch me with a 10-foot pole. In as much as my business has been there for, say, close to 5 years now, most of them are not willing to lend because, again, the business environment in Kenya may not be that conducive. We do not know how long this business is going to be open. So the banks are not willing to lend us money. So what we try to do is, even the baking fraternity, we come together as bakers and do table banking. So we, save little money here and there, and we help each other, because we know the big financial institutions may not be at a position to help us. There are also other products like the till number. When you get a till number, there's a business called Kopo Kopo. So you're able to get a loan with Kopo Kopo, and they're able to deduct money from every transaction that comes to your till number. So other than that, I think it's up to us, I think, as bakers, to just come together and figure out ways to raise capital, because it is very difficult to raise capital for a business. But we hope that one day the banks out there will listen to us and they'll come up with products that are fit for small businesses. Yeah.